Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Your earring look funny to me, so how about I'm gonna take them off for anybody really just come on or just not have no earrings on. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. Nobody's on yet, but I have a lot to talk about, so you can catch the replay if you're not on live now. So let's get it popping. So it's so much going on when it comes to. Oh, shoot, I need to introduce myself, Lord. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. So, for those who don't know, good morning, Miss Hugh. For those who don't know, my name is Gwinnetta Wright, otherwise known as Gwen Wright, and I want to welcome you to this edition of Tax Talk with Gwen. I am back again. I think I went live last week, so I'm here, y'all. I had a lot of things going on. I'm the owner of Expert Tax Service LLC, located in Columbus, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm just here to tell you what's going on in the tax industry. Pretty much that's all. Okay. So, it's so much going on. I don't know how I'm gonna unwrap everything these next couple of weeks because it's so much information that I feel like is so important for you all to know in regards to the stimulus package. Today I'm talking about the stimulus payment, the small business loans, the new credits, the recovery rebate credit. It's so much going on that I need days of going live to just kind of get you all in the know. But I'm gonna do my best to keep you up to date, as I always have. So let's talk about the stimulus payment. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the stimulus payment because that is the biggest topic that's going on right now. So we all know that we've been waiting on the second stimulus for all year, pretty much since the first stimulus, because it was something that was going to give us a second stimulus right after that, and we never got it. And we're at the peak of the end of 2020, and now they're just deciding to go ahead and get a second stimulus. So it's a COVID-19 relief bill that was passed last week. Trump signed it, I think, Saturday night. In reference to the stimulus packet, and now it's live, right? It's been debate whether or not we was getting $600 or whether we was getting $2,000. So let me tell y'all exactly what's really going on. So as of right now, we are getting, or people are getting $600 per person, as far as the stimulus payment. Trump was trying to get them to increase it to 2,000. I think yesterday, McConnell, I think that's his name. I think they just deboed that. So the House passed it, the Senate said no, and so I think they're still trying to do something to where we can get to $2,000. But as of right now, the stimulus payment is $600. And that's what they are sending out right now. And I mean right now, because I've had people to call me and tell me that they got their money this morning. So let's get into it. So the payment is $600 per person. And that's for adults, the taxpayer and the spouse. So if you are single taxpayer, you get $600. If you don't have an independence, if you're a married couple and you don't have an independence, you'll get $1,200, and then you get $600 per dependent. That's under, y'all better get this, that's under the age of 17. So that means dependents have to be 16 and under in order for you to get the $600 for them. I think when we got the first stimulus, it was $500 for the dependent. This stimulus is $600 per dependent, and that's for dependents that are 16 and under. The official pay date for the stimulus was actually supposed to be January the 4th, but they said last night that people should start seeing direct deposit in their accounts this morning, and it did happen. Some people have received direct deposits in their account this morning, so I am a witness to that. Now, if you're getting direct deposit, the direct deposit will come out, start coming out today, and they're going to go throughout next week. So you should just probably check your account. People who are getting direct deposit are the people who got direct deposit last time. So if you got direct deposit last time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get direct deposit this time. Okay. So If you didn't get direct deposit last time, there's no way for you to update your direct deposit information. The time gap in there, they're not doing where you can go on and update your direct deposit information. So if you filed direct deposit on your tax return when you filed in this year, I'm going to say 2019 tax year, which is this year, then you'll get direct deposit. If you went in when you got your first stimulus and you was able to update your direct deposit information and you end up getting your rebate check, a rebate payment direct deposit, you will be the ones to get direct deposit, and you are the ones that should expect to receive your refund if you didn't get it today, between this today and next week. Okay. They say that they are starting to mail out checks today. So people who are getting checks, they will start mailing them out today, and they'll start mailing them out from today until January the 15th. Okay. Who's gonna check? Okay. So you would think you would know if you're gonna check, but you don't know. So some people act like they don't know. So let me just go ahead and tell you. You will be issued a check if you went to a tax company and you got a check in their office or a debit card in their office. You will get a check in the mail if you did not update your direct deposit information the first time. You will get a check in the mail if your bank account has changed and they cannot direct deposit the money into your account. Then it's going to get kicked back to a check. And then they're not just issuing checks, they're issuing debit cards as well. So they say if you got a check last time, you might get a debit card this time. Or if you got a debit card last time, you might get a check this time. They said to be looking for a white envelope that has the Department of Treasury on it. And then that way you'll know whether or not you get a card or a check. But just don't be throwing stuff away if you're expecting a check for them. Because you might be throwing your card away. So it's called an EIP card, is the debit card that they are sending out. So if you're looking for a check, again, you might be getting a debit card that they're sending to you, and your payment will be on there. I did find some information where if you lose your card and all of that, where you can contact them and get a replacement card. I'll put that on the page later today or later this week. But those are the people who will actually get a check or a card. Okay, so don't get it confused now. If you didn't get the direct deposit last time, you're not getting the direct deposit this time. And don't be calling those tax officers talking about they got your money. They don't got your money. It's the same way you're going to get a check. I don't know if they're sending them to them this time and they'll kick back, or if they just straight sending you a check from the IRS. I don't know that part, but I know that they started sending checks out today. I took notes because there's a lot of little stuff that you all need to know. So this is, if you moved and you have not changed your address, you can go online to www.usps.com, I think, and update your address, so that way that your check or card can get forwarded to you. So make sure that you actually do that. This is something that nobody's really talking about. And I caught wind of it because I just do a lot of research when different things come out. I look at different videos, I read different articles or whatever to let you know what's going on. This is the catch, people. They're going to start mailing out checks and direct deposits today, right? All the way up until January the 15th. The government has a deal with the IRS that the deadline is January the 15th. And then I'm assuming it's January the 15th because they're getting ready for the new filing season. So if you have not received a direct deposit or a check, I'm assuming by January the 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in that week, then you should stop expecting anything in the mail or stop looking at your bank account. Because what's going to happen now is they have a credit on the tax forms this year, which is called the Recovery Rebate Credit. And after January the 15th, if you have not received the check for the second stimulus or the direct deposit for the second stimulus, then you can get your rebate on your tax return when you file this year. And that's for the people who may say, because some people say they still ain't never got the first stimulus. And that's for the first stimulus as well. So for the first stimulus and second stimulus, if you have not received either one of them by January the 15th, then you will be able to recover that on your taxes when you file this year. Okay? They say there's no garnishment. So for those people who, and especially child support, because student loans is still in forbearance and deferments to December 31st, according to the government, because that was not nothing they extended. I might talk about it in this video, but I'll go back and talk about that in another video. But people who pay child support. So, but on the first stimulus, if you owe back child support, you did not get that stimulus payment, right? So I'm trying to read y'all things. I got sidetracked. Somebody said, well, I updated my checking account on the website last time, so now mine can't direct deposit my Cash App account this time, but it's saying pending. Okay, so if it's saying pending, they saying that it's either going to, they're going to either release it on January the 4th, the official date, or, it can release it today. That means it's almost there, okay? They just got to release it, but it's pretty much there. But going back to child support. So when you got the first stimulus payment, people who owe back child support, they was not able to get a stimulus. That money went to who their baby mamas, whoever they owe child support to. With this particular stimulus, the people who owe back child support, guess what? You get a stimulus. They're not going to take your money. It goes to you. So that was probably good news for you people that owe child support. So they have no garnishments for this particular one. My sister asked the question earlier today. Well, if they're not going to do garnishments for this one, then what are they going to do when they file their taxes? And then they're not going to take when they file their taxes. I don't know that question. That was a good question. But I don't know the answer to that. But I know if they release it to you between now and January the 15th, they're not going to take it from you or whatever. So you should be able to get it. Okay. For people who actually had kids in 2020, right? I don't think a lot of people know this. Like, people who had kids in 2020, you're going to be able to get the stimulus for your dependent that you had this year through the recovery rebate credit when you file your taxes this year. Okay? So that was a good one for you all. The Get My Payment portal, I haven't checked it this morning, but the IRS said they'll be updating it within the next couple of days. So for people who are getting a check or direct deposit or whatever, if you want to check and see if they sent yours out, again, I don't know if it's available today, but you can go on the irs.gov to get my payment and check the status of this stimulus that's actually coming out. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. I just want to make sure I'm telling you everything. If income limits is pretty much the same as last time. I think the phase out, it was $75,000. And remember, it's your AGI. Okay. So if your AGI, I heard it's a no taxable credit and it won't affect your tax in a good or bad way. It will just be there. Is that true? Jasmine, yes, that is true. I better start looking at y'all questions because I'm getting sidetracked. What was he talking about, y'all? What was I telling y'all? Oh, yeah, I was telling y'all the income limits. So if your AGI is $75,000 and under, you get the full amount. For single, $112 for head of household, $150 for married, filing joint. The phase outs, you still can get something if your income like $75,000 to $95,000, but it was a smaller amount. I think the phase out this time for single people is $87,000 for head of household, and married people is a little bit under what it was a little bit last year. So I guess y'all probably ain't looking for it anyway unless you lost your job. But that's kind of the same dollar amount. The difference between this one and the last one. And lastly, know that this ain't lastly. Know that these people, they crazy. Anything can change. If they decide to raise it to $2,000, because anything can happen. And y'all know I'm doing this video today, but shoot, when I get off this video, anything can change. Anything can change between now and next week. But if they do decide, somebody kind of bulldoze and say, okay, we get $2,000. What they're gonna do is they're gonna go back and they're going to give you the difference of what you were supposed to get. So for instance, if they go up and say they're going to do $2,000 or whatever from some miracle or whatever, then they'll come back and then they'll deposit the difference. So if you got $600, if you were single, you'll get $1,400 difference. I don't think they're going to do that for real, but if they do that, that's what's going to happen. So that's pretty much everything as far as the stimulus go. Just giving everybody a recap of how everything's gonna work. They started doing direct deposits today. Direct deposits will start going out today up until next week. They start mailing checks out today. You're gonna either get a check in the mail or a debit card from the IRS. It's gonna be in a white envelope, so make sure you be looking in your mail, right? They're gonna mail checks out between today and January the 15th. After January 15th, that's the deadline. They cut it off. If you did not get your first stimulus or your second stimulus, then you're able to recover the difference that you might didn't get, because some people didn't get it for their kids or a certain amount of kids or something like that. And then people had kids in 2020. So then you're able to do the recovery rebate credit, and then you'll be able to get your money at the time you file your taxes. This money is not taxable. Somebody asked me that. No, the money is not taxable. They say if they overpaid you for a dependent and it was in your name, you don't got to pay no money back, right? So that's just pretty much everything in a nutshell. People who got pay child support or behind on child support, if your taxes usually get taken for child support with the first stimulus, they snatch it for this stimulus. They're not. You get your money. They're saying no garnishments for this particular stimulus. The income levels are pretty much the same. You cannot update your direct deposit information this time, supposedly. I'm going by what they're saying. They might change their mind, so you can always go to get my payment and look up, if your payment has been sent out, and they might let you change your direct deposit information, but they say they're not. So I don't know what to tell you. And this is my last snippet that I need to tell some of y'all. And this is for the people who are claiming adults, right, on their taxes. Because if you was claimed as a dependent on somebody's taxes and you're an adult, you're still not getting a stimulus. Okay? And if your dependent is 17 to 23, right, you are still not getting no money for them. All right? But this is where I have a problem with some of y'all and making y'all not understand how taxes work, right? And I think y'all be cheating yourself a little bit. And that's for these dependents 17 to 23. I know that at that age, they think they grown, right? And they think they go work these little jobs and make that, make a little money, that they are entitled to this type of money. And then you think, okay, well, I'm just going to let them file their own taxes so they can get their stimulus. Don't be no fool. Okay, because if your child is 17 to 23 and they're a full-time student and they stay with you, you are supposed to claim them on your taxes. And where you're not claiming them on your taxes, what you are doing, you are missing out on money that you could have got on your taxes because you're trying to let them get the stimulus. And that's just not how it's supposed to work. That's going to be my next week tax talk. We're going to do it every year. But we got to talk about this again. So that you are able to know that your dependents that are 17, especially 17 and 18, because they're still in high school, but 17 to 23, if they're a full-time student and they're in school, no matter if they have a job or not, unless they're taking care of themselves and their income is overseeing yours, then you are supposed to file them on their taxes. They just don't supposed to get a stimulus. That's just how it's supposed to go. And, I'm sorry about that. But you need to not let your children debo y'all to make y'all let them file for themselves. And y'all need to be careful, too. Like, when it comes to like that non-filer tool, like some of y'all kind of messed up your taxes because you end up having to file paper returns because you want to rush and get the money instead of going to file your taxes. It's a lot of different things that you do that can mess up your tax situation. So you better consult with somebody before you touch some of these different things. And for those people who always let people claim them on their taxes and they know darn well they didn't take care of you, for one, in a lot of cases now, they're not even getting that much money back for you if you're an adult, just because you get the ODC, I think. I did say that, Tiffany. I don't know nothing about the tax company. But anyway, they shouldn't they get like $500 for you. That's if they pay their taxes. And understand that most of them don't even pay their taxes. They're just keeping them from owing, because I don't know why people don't pay their taxes. They just don't pay their taxes or whatever. And that's about it, because the standard deduction is set, right? It ain't like back in the days where, you got a dependent exemption for them, and then you got something else for them. They helped your filing status go up. That's not even the case anymore. So a lot of times y'all putting these people on y'all taxes, and your tax preparers ain't even telling y'all they're not making a difference. And going into this new tax season, for those people who's on here and you be letting people claim you might not want to let them claim you this year. And this is the reason why. Because if they don't approve that $2,000 for us to get, right, for this second stimulus, 9 times out of 10, the word in the street, I'm not definite, but the word in the street is that it will be a third stimulus. Okay? And so now you have time, possibly, to get a stimulus if you didn't get one, because you made the mistake to allow someone else, because you was an adult and you just want a little change, you made the mistake to let somebody else claim you on their taxes. So y'all just need to be careful about how y'all doing y'all dependents and you're doing yourself as far as people claiming you, because in the past it didn't matter, because they wouldn't give us no money. We weren't in the situation as far as a COVID and all these different things like that, but we are in it now. So you just got to be careful. I cannot read all the questions. When I have time later on today, I will go back and I will go over. I'll answer some of the questions in the comment. Okay, I'm reading my sister's comment because she's sending me reminders. So yeah, if they don't have a non-filer form and you don't get your stimulus and you don't usually file taxes, then you're going to be able to probably file a tax return this year just to get your stimulus. So it's just a lot of different things going on. I'm going to keep y'all updated as much as I can with as much information as I possibly can give you that I'm aware of. Like I said, I'm saying this today. Anything can change tomorrow, but this is what it is right now. Again, y'all be careful who y'all let claim y'all this year. You be careful and watch your darn children, because your darn children will go file that non-filer thing, and what they'll do, they'll go file that non-filer thing and try to get a check. They might not even tell you they got the check. Then when you come file your taxes, what's going to happen is it's going to say your dependent been claimed, and you're going to be like, nah, my dependent ain't been claimed, or I don't know who claimed it. No, they don't want to file that non-filer tool, and then they're stopping you from getting your money. Okay, so watch what your kids do. Do not let them run out here and file their taxes on their own. And that's for the people that's 17 to 23. But I'm gonna talk more about that and go in depth in that next week. It's a lot of information as far as tax season goes. It's a lot of new credits. It's a lot of things when it comes to this recovery rebate thing that a lot of people don't know about. It's just a lot going on that I want to share with you all. But I do this weekly. I don't like being on the camera, like seeing my face and stuff. I do this weekly. So I don't know how much information besides making posts about it that I'm going to be able to give you all in the short time frame between now and January, because so much is going on. But if you are on Clubhouse, right? I will, because this audio, I can get on, get off. I don't have to really set a whole lot of time or whatever. I will be doing different rooms and clubhouses talking about all the issues. I'm gonna try to get y'all as much issues as I possibly can. Next week, Tax Talk is gonna be about these kids and their age and who you need to claim this tax season, because I need to get that information out to y'all as soon as possible. On January 1st, I'll be on Clubhouse, and I'm doing a room where I'm talking about some tax tips, just in case we have a government shutdown, that you all need to be making sure you got in place, because you're going to be jacked up, because there's still people from last year who filed paper returns and different things that have not, the tax return has not been processed yet, and we're going into 2021. So I'm dropping those tips on January 1st, I think at 12 o'clock on Clubhouse. My Clubhouse name is my name, so you can follow me on Clubhouse at Gwinnetta Wright. I'm going to spell it for you because it's long. It's GWENNETTA WRIGHT. I'll drop my Clubhouse name in the comments later on today. I'm doing that on January the 1st. Next week I'll be talking about the age and the kids. I did see scrolling as people was going, because the name was going so fast, y'all put some of the comments in the comments. But I did see people talk about the IP identity pen, right? So with the identity pen, the IRS should be mailing those out. That is one of my tips that I'm giving out on Friday. When you get your identity pen this year, right, take a picture of it. Make sure you keep up with it. You do not want to lose your identity pen this year. I promise you. And if you have moved, do not wait until it's time for you to file your taxes, right? Do not wait until you file your taxes to try to get your identity pen. The IRS barely been answering the phone these last couple of months. I'm sure it's going to be even crazier to get in touch with them. So you need to be working on that now. If you don't have your identity pen within the next 2 weeks, you need to be calling them, changing your address, doing all those things to make sure you get your identity pen, whatever it takes, because I promise you, this is not the year you do not want to have your identity pen. And that's if you have identity pen for you, whoever you're claiming. Like if you are claiming your parent or a sister or a brother or anybody like that, you need to make sure they get their identity pen. And if your kids have an identity pen, you need to make sure you get your identity pen for them. Because again, this is not the year you want to not have it. Okay, so I'm going to go. I think I've been on here a long time. Again, I'm Gwinnetta Wright, known as Gwen. I own Expert Tax Service, LLC. We're located in Columbus, Georgia, and we're located in the Atlanta area in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Some other people that got our name in other states, but they are not me, okay? I only have 2 locations. We could do taxes nationwide. A lot of people are going to be doing taxes virtual anyway. So it doesn't matter what city, what state. A lot of people saying they want me to do their taxes. So understand this. It doesn't matter what city, what state you are in. I can do your taxes. Okay. We have different ways that we can do your taxes. If you want to get on our mailing list, drop your name and your email in the comments or in our inbox, and we'll put you on our mailing list so that you can keep up with all the information that we give out to our own clients. Because some information I don't even get to y'all. I just get to my clients. Right? So, if you want to be on our mailing list, definitely put your email in the Dropbox. We open on January the 4th officially. I'm going to be going live here and there talking about other stuff. So that we can keep y'all up to date. Again, I want y'all to make sure y'all tune in to my lives, because I'm gonna drop this knowledge on y'all, because somebody need to tell y'all the truth, because a lot of people scamming y'all. And that's another thing, scams. If somebody call you, if somebody text you talking about they can help you get your stimulus or whatever, don't be dealing with them. Don't deal with them. They trying to get your money and they trying to get your information. So be careful about who you share your information with. These scammers being real slick these days. So sometimes they sound like they're the IRS or whatever, but the IRS ain't doing too many calls to y'all, for real. So just be careful. Yeah. Hope they come as a check instead of being deposited in reverse like last time. Brett, I hope so too. I don't think they should, but I don't know, because they go by their system. So they should know if they sent y'all a check. That part I don't know for real. Hopefully they just straight send y'all a check, because if they do that, that's where the miss are gonna be, and a lot of y'all gonna end up having to file it on your taxes. But again, check us out. We open officially on January the 4th. My website is www.experttaxservices.com. And X is expert with the X, as you can see, and services is an S on service.com. And we'll have all the information up. And starting on the 4th, I'll be dropping a whole lot of tax tips that you can cash to. So let me go. I got to get my office together. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all know somebody who needs this information, make sure that you share this video out with them or tag them in the video. And for everybody who's in the comments asking me questions, I'm not going to do it now, but when I settle in later on, when I get home later on, I'll come back and I'll answer some of the questions that are in the comments. I appreciate all of y'all tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all later. And remember, I'll be on Clubhouse on Friday, 12 o'clock, with some good ass tips. Okay? Talk to y'all later.